Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Okay, I think we can proceed. Honorable member for Funyula, let's allow Dr. Pukose to make his statement, then you go next. Honorable Pukose, chairperson of the Health Committee. Honorable members, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to make a statement on the shift from NHIF to SHIF rollout of the universal health coverage. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Health and Social Health Authority is today rolling out the Social Health Authority healthcare services and benefits under the three funds, that is the Primary Healthcare Fund, Social Health Insurance Fund, and the Emergency Chronic and Critical Illness Fund established under the Social Health Insurance Act number 16 of 2023 that was enacted by this House almost a year ago. This act is being operationalized by the government. Access to SHA healthcare services and the benefits being offered by SHA is being rolled out today, 1st October 2024. As the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health, I rise to give a statement on matters concerning the procurement of the Integrated Health Information Technology System by the Ministry of Health, which has elicited a lot of debate. Honorable Speaker, members of the Departmental Committee on Health have raised concerns regarding the procurement of this system. In response to these concerns, the Ministry of Health was invited to clarify the procurement process and to provide evidence of compliance with the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, CAP 412C. Honorable Speaker, the committee made the following observations from its engagements with the ministry. One, the Ministry of Health, through the State Department for Medical Services, undertook the procurement of Integrated Health Information Technology System as part of the implementation of universal health care in the country. The ministry submitted that the primary aim of this integrated system is to address the existing challenges in the healthcare sector, including issues of interoperability, data quality, accessibility, and affordability. The Ministry of Health is aligned with the Kenya Health Sector Strategic and Investment Plan, the Kenya Health Data Collaborative, and the Kenya Digital Economy Blueprint, all under the guidance of Section 105 of the Health Act, CAP 241. Honorable Speaker, the system procurement involves a contract valued at Kenya shillings 104,808,136,478, set to be executed over a 12-year period. The Ministry of Health has partnered with MS Safaricom PLC as a strategic partner with the procurement conducted under the specially permitted procurement procedure. The procurement covers the development and implementation of integrated health information technology system, including digital healthcare platforms. The tender is structured in two major cost components. Initial investment by the strategic partners of Kenya shillings 34,003,483,013 over 2 years, and infrastructure support and maintenance of Kenya shillings 70,804,653,465 over 10 years. In adherence to Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act and the tender regulations, the ministry indicated that the procurement process began on 6 June 2023, when the then Cabinet Secretary for Health requested the use of the specially permitted procurement procedure for the medical equipment supply project, healthcare information technology, that's the transition project, and the supply of community health promoters, CHP kits. The National Treasury approved the request on 13 June 2023, subject to conditions regarding the preparation of tender documents that includes specifications, conditions of tendering, and contracting and justification for the use of SPPP, detailing the procedure of onboarding the strategic partners. This process was followed by the ministry's compliance and further approvals. The bid documents were issued on 9th May 2024 and closed on 15th May 2024. After the tender evaluation and negotiation, the ministry submitted a draft contract to the Office of the Attorney General for review and necessary advisory in line with Section 134(2) of the PPADA. This section obligates the accounting officer of a procuring entity to seek clearance from the Attorney General before signing contracts of a value exceeding Kenya shillings 5 billion. As mandated by Section 114A of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, a specially permitted procurement procedure can be utilized under the following circumstances. 1. A procuring entity may use a procurement procedure specially permitted by the National Treasury. The National Treasury may allow the use of specially permitted procedures, A, where exceptional requirements make it impossible, impractical, or uneconomical to comply with the Act and the regulations. B, where the market conditions or behavior do not allow the effective application of the Act and regulations made under the Act. C, for specialized or particular requirements which are regulated or governed by harmonized international standards or practices. D, where strategic partnership sourcing is applied. And E, where credit finances procurement is applied. Or F, in such other circumstances as may be prescribed. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry
members, please be quiet. Honorable members, and I think the chairperson is saying something that's very important about the new social health insurance fund that is very important to our constituents. So let's pay attention.
The Minister of Health invited Mesa Safaricom PLC to submit a proposal using the provisions of Section 114A, D and E of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act. Mesa Safaricom PLC submitted a technical proposal and a financial proposal as a consortium with Convergence Network Solution Limited and Apiero Limited. With Safaricom PLC.
Hold on. Honorable members, those who want to have little kamkunjis, if you could kindly go to the lounge so that we can listen to this very important report.
With Safaricom PLC being the lead bidder in the consortium. Safaricom PLC roles in the consortium involves overseeing the entire project, ensuring that all consortium
constituent who was one of the people who are looking for this job, and he was overlooked by the Prime Cabinet Secretary, who also happens to come from his village. Mr. Speaker, I think in the future, as the committee analyzes this thing, the first question you need to ask is that was there an employee within that organization who qualifies for this position, so that you can have a reason for looking for a replacement from outside. So that we encourage professionalism, we encourage succession planning, we encourage people to aspire to higher offices within organization. It's quite unfair that when an opportunity arises, you get someone from outside to come and either become the MD, the CEO, the Director General, while you have qualified people internally. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking as a senator of Vihiga County, who is very much knowledgeable about what happened in this process. That one Robert Mbarani, who is very experienced, having worked for Kenya Revenue Authority for many years, having worked for Competition Authority for many years, and many other organizations. And he's one of the senior people in this. He was overlooked simply because he's a Maragoli from Sabatia. And it is sad that he was overlooked by his own brother, who is the prime cabinet secretary of this country. Mr. Speaker, these are things that should not happen because they happen because of political consideration. But in any case, Mr. Speaker, David, I'm not doubting the qualification of David Kemei. He's qualified, he's the best, but the local employees internally should have been considered for this position.
Senator Osotsi.
Mr. Speaker,
Senator
I support.
Senator Boni Kalwale, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I rise understanding order number 105 on statement of fact. The distinguished senator of Vihiga has stated, Mr. Speaker, while you are consulting, that the Cabinet Prime Minister, Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, prevented unfairly a local of Sabatia constituency in Vihiga constituency from becoming the beneficiary to the position of Director General of the Competition Authority. Mr. Speaker, that's a fair comment. Could he, under the rules of procedure, table evidence to support that claim that Musalia Mudavadi blocked his own brother from becoming the Director General? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Osotsi, if indeed that was what you had insinuated, can you please clarify? And if that's the case, please, can you either withdraw or substantiate the matter?
Mr. Speaker, Senator Halwale knows very well that I'm a well-grounded person in Vihiga, and I know a lot about what happens in Vihiga County, just the same way he knows a lot about what happens in Kakamega. The appointment was made according to the report that was tabled by the Prime Cabinet Secretary. That's a fact. It is in the report. And I know for sure that this particular individual I'm referring to.
Senator Osotsi, what is in the report?
The report talks about the name having been nominated by the Prime Cabinet Secretary. That's a fact. It's in the report. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I've interrogated with this matter before when this thing was going on, and I know a lot about this. And if challenged, I'm ready to substantiate.
Senator Osotsi.
Yeah, I'm ready to substantiate.
Senator Osotsi, the statement you're referring to, the report you're referring to, states that the Prime Cabinet Secretary nominated the said individual.
Yes.